About a quarter of the population will experience a mental health problem in the duration of a year.
10% of children have a mental health problem at one time.
Not being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, that's like hopelessness, really.
It's like one of those nightmares you have when you just keep going back to the same place and you can't get out, no matter what you do, and there's no hope.
We spoke to 2 practicing psychologists from Helsden Hospital.
So me and Emma are both trainee psychological wellbeing practitioners, and we work in the wellbeing service in Norwich, but specifically within the youth pathway. And so we work with people predominantly with sort of anxiety and depression, treating them with kind of CBT-based interventions.
We also spoke to Glenn, who suffers from depression.
You've got depression, you haven't got the energy to do anything, let it be eat, drink, shower, personal hygiene. You're just in this cocoon.
But a lot of the time people might find they don't do as much socially, so it has an impact on your social life massively. If you kind of avoid going out with friends, or you feel like you get a lot of negative thoughts about what other people might think of you, so it might quite affect those close relationships.
I noticed that my sleep had started to be affected. I wasn't sleeping as well as I usually do, but I put that down to the stress of moving. So our family moved in January, but then when it was my wife, she sort of pointed out to me that I was becoming more withdrawn and not wanting to spend any time with anyone or do anything.
Some people believe that there's very much a kind of chemical reason that kind of exists in the brain and kind of neurological reason, and that we kind of often will treat that kind of with medication. And other people believe that there are a lot more kind of sociological factors involved, such as kind of the way we interact with the world, in terms of kind of our social behaviours, work and kind of relationships.
Engine Foundation was set up in 1994, and since then has kind of grown from being a North Norfolk charity to being a whole of Norfolk charity. And mental health issues are just one of the areas that we work with, so we support children and young people with all kinds of different issues, and families as well, and mental health is one of those that we feel quite strongly about providing as much support as possible.
It's good that there are charities out there for people with depression, but I think they're hamstrung by the fact that they don't get as much funding as other charities do, because obviously I'm going to be blunt here, but if there's a charity for kids with cancer or a charity for people that are suffering from depression, people are going to give to the charity that tugs at the heartstrings, which is obviously going to be kids with cancer and things like that.
We do like funding. I think it's about making sure that there is sufficient funding to support young people with emerging mental health issues at the early stage, when it's about anxiety, when depression, when it's low mood, things like that, and trying to get money before things become a big issue.
The latest bout of depression, I could probably say it's probably I could say that's one of the greatest things that's probably happened to me, because I've come out the other side. I've got a different perspective on life. I appreciate the simple things more, and I don't take people closest to me for granted anymore.